Ultimately, all capital firms sell their capital, which is a very commoditized product, in exchange for ownership in businesses. However, there are important distinctions among capital firms. North River Group is unique in the following respects. First, we are minority investors that provide shareholder liquidity. There are a lot of private equity firms, in fact the vast majority of private equity firms will provide shareholder liquidity, but they're looking to take majority ownership, not minority ownership of a business. And then there are venture capital firms that will buy a minority ownership interest in a business, but instead of providing shareholder liquidity, they're looking for their capital to be for growth capital. North River Group is unique in that we buy minority ownership interest and provide that shareholder liquidity. The second important way that North River Group is unique is that we're truly long-term investors. Traditional private equity will say that they're long-term investors, but that's simply not true given how they are structured. Traditional private equity firms, because they have a lot of different investors, they make an agreement with their investors that they have to give their money back to the investors in a 10-year time period. This means that the theoretical maximum hold period for a traditional private equity firm is 10 years. If they make an investment on the very first day of the fund, which sometimes happens but usually does not, that means they can hold an investment for 10 years. Now if they make an investment at say year 5 of the fund, that means they only have 5 additional years to hold that investment. Now they'll be quick to tell you that they can extend the life of the fund. They have certain 1-year extensions that they can enact, but it takes a vote of the investors to do that. They could extend the fund from 10 years to maybe 11 years or 12 years, but they're certainly not going to hold an investment for 20 years. That's just not the way they're structured. The way we're able to hold an investment for an indefinite time period is that we put each investment in its own individual partnership. And second, we have a very small group of partners which allows us to do this. And so fundamentally it just gives us the ability to make an investment without any kind of arbitrary time limit. The last thing that we would want to do is have to sell an investment with great people in a great company that we love based on some preset time period. And so we think that this is another important distinction of how North River Group is different and well suited to work with family-owned businesses.